You're at a store browsing for something refreshing, and suddenly you spot it. Liquid death. Skulls on the can, bold black lettering, and you think, is this water or some crazy energy drink? But here's a twist. It's just water. A $700 million brand built on the simplest product possible, but with the most rebellious packaging and branding you have ever seen. Today, we are talking about the story of Liquid Death and the surprising strategy behind the now iconic brand that dared to look absurd and somehow made millions. What's the dumbest idea that you can think of? Because for Liquid Death's founder, Mike Cessario, that's exactly how it started. He asked himself, what's the dumbest possible name for the world's safest and perhaps the healthiest drink? The answer? Liquid Death. Sounds ridiculous, right? And maybe that's the genius of it. Cesario's brain wasn't wired to play by the rules. He knew if he wanted to make waves in the crowded bottled water industry, he needed to do something totally out there. No plastic bottles, a heavy metal aesthetic, water in a can with a mission to murder your thirst. And guess what? It worked. Cesario wasn't just winging it. Growing up, he was obsessed with Mad Magazine, crass humor, and rock music. He loved how these things mixed humor with culture. When he hit the Warped Tour backstage in 2009, he saw bands guzzling water disguised as energy drinks. He thought, why not brand water in a way that's funny, cool, and even a little bit dangerous? Here's the secret that Mike discovered. People don't always buy products, they buy stories. They buy brands that speak to them. And in the health space, there was nothing out there that was truly edgy or humorous. He found a gap and filled it. And that's a big lesson here. If you want to disrupt an industry, give people a brand experience that stands out and sticks with them. But here's where it gets really interesting. Mike didn't even have Liquid Death on shelves when he started. He only had a 3D rendered can. So he shot a low budget commercial, threw in a few $1,000s in paid media, and within 4 months, his video had 3 million views. People were hooked. They were reaching out asking, is this real and where can I buy it? One 7-Eleven owner even called asking, how do I get this on my store? Imagine that. He didn't even have a product yet, but he had the demand. The early traction allowed him to raise a modest $150,000 in funding. With that, he found a water supplier in Austria and started selling online. In the first month, $100,000 in sales with almost no marketing spend. He couldn't keep up with the demand. It sold out so fast. And this is where many e-commerce brands can relate. It's not just about having a product, it's about having a community that wants your product. Liquid Death isn't just selling water, they're selling a lifestyle. And it turns out when you package health as something rebellious and cool, people crave it. Imagine a kid who thinks water is boring, but now he's excited because it's Liquid Death. Or a construction worker who usually buys energy drinks, now reaching out for Liquid Death, feeling like he's part of a rebellious tribe. It's no longer just water, it's an identity. Here is where Liquid Death really took off. Whole Foods wanted it on their shelves. They saw something unique. This brand wasn't just fighting plastic waste, it was making sustainability cool. They launched Liquid Death nationwide, and from there, sales exploded. In 2021, they had grown from $2.8 million to a $45 million in sales. That's insane growth for any brand, let alone a canned water with skulls on it. What's their biggest takeaway? It's about emotional connection. Liquid Death isn't just selling water, they're making people feel something. And in e-commerce, this is gold. People don't always care about taste or function, but they care about what the brand means to them. Let's pause here for a second. If you're in e-commerce, here's the lesson from Liquid Death's journey. It's not just about being better, it's about being different in a way that people can connect. Find that space in your market where people crave something new, something bold, something that disrupts expectations. That's why, as a sponsor of this video, Xena Intelligence is here to help e-commerce brands like yours grow on platforms like Amazon and Walmart. With AI-driven insights and an amazing team, we are empowering brands to stand out, they optimize their listings, and drive serious growth. So here's a real challenge. What's your brand's liquid death moment? What's that one risky move? That one big idea that makes your brand unforgettable? If you found this inspiring, just don't keep it for yourself. Please don't share it with others that you know. And hey, if you're an e-commerce brand looking to make waves, reach out to us. Let's turn your brand into a movement. At the end of the day, Liquid Death's story isn't about water. It's about daring to be different, about turning heads and starting conversations. So what's stopping you? Go out there, take risks, and make your brand something that people can't ignore. Who knows? Maybe one day you'll have a $700 million story of your own.